Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you are new here. Thank you for joining me. Right, so I think we're going to be doing a new series where basically I kind of rate or roast, I think it's going to be called, the eyeshadow palettes that I've been using. And I've just come up with that title now, so it might be called something completely different. So I've got my basket here and it's practically full of eyeshadow palettes that I've used over, I would say, the last couple of months. I'm not too sure when I used this first one. It could have been in January, so it might, like, this is the only one that was used around that time, but I do want to talk about it with you guys because it is a special palette. So I ordered it in November and I think it came at the end of December. Yeah, and I would have used it in January, I think. I'm going to get the date of when I used it, but we can talk about it in any case. It's a beautiful Sydney Grace and Mel Thompson's Tiny Marvels palette. I'm not going in any particular order, guys, and I'm certainly not roasting this palette. It's absolutely stunning. So it mirrors the outer packaging, as they always do. So this was my first ever trying of a Sydney Grace palette. I'd heard great things about Sydney Grace over years of me like being on YouTube and watching other people, especially I did see when Mel Thompson brought this out, and I did see her swatching it and going through why she chose the shade names and things like that. And at the time the finances weren't there for me to buy it, but then when it was re-released after she sadly passed away, I was in work and I could afford to get it. So that's what it looks like. I mean, is that not such a beautiful palette? It's definitely me in a palette, I would say. I mean, this shade here, BB, is absolutely stunning. The formula are just so soft. I mean, I don't want to swatch two of them because I don't want to waste, but that is just one swatch, guys. The formula of the shimmers and the mattes are second to none, really. This palette has made me think about buying more from Sydney Grace in the near future. So I definitely rave about this palette all day long, guys. You can get it now. I don't know if it's still on the Sydney Grace website, but it was. My friend Beauty Dreams by Naomi asked me my opinion on what I thought of the palette, and I just said it's so good. And she said, right, I am getting it. So yeah, I kind of encouraged her, I think, to get it, but I think she was going to get it anyway. She just wanted my opinion on the palette itself. Like I said, I would rave about it all day long. To you guys, if it's on the website and you want it, it's expensive. Yeah, it is expensive, but it's worth it, and a small portion of the money, if it's still happening, is going to Mel's family. And I'm getting a bit teary, but I just feel like it's so nice that we can give back like that. But that's that one. I think this one was the only one I used around January. I'm almost sure it's January when I used that. Right, we've got a couple of Beauty Bay ones. So I used the Wilderness first. I can't remember when I used this. I'm going to look at when they went on the channel because I've done like 3 days free looks with most of them, sometimes more. But I think I did 3 days free looks with... No, I didn't. I did 5 days. I did 5 days, 5 looks with this palette, and also the Love Notes, which we'll talk about in a minute. But this guy's stunning. I mean, the looks as well should be on Instagram, so I might be able to just get the dates really easily from there when it went up. But yeah, I mean, I did a blue look, like a teal look, a green look, and a red look. The red look was not my favourite, and the blue look wasn't my favourite, but these two rows down here I absolutely love. The formula, guys, is absolutely second to none again. I mean, look at that green there. That one is called Lime. I mean, that's as metallic as the Sydney Grace one. And the Wilderness palette is only £15. They don't actually sell it at the moment, but I believe in the Earthy Tones palette you can get a lot of these shades and more, because obviously it's full of green tones, so you'll probably be able to get at least those 2 rows there. I mean, I don't know, because I don't have the Earthy Tones palette, just because I've got this one, and I just felt like I didn't need it, so I passed on that. I was good. So there is that one, and then there's Love Notes, which came out around Valentine's Day. Now, to my knowledge, they still have this on the website. It's probably back stock that they can't get rid of, because this palette didn't do so well. And I don't know why it didn't do so well, because I absolutely love it. It is very pastel-like, as you can see. It's very, very pastel-like. But guys, these shimmers in it, again, I buy these kind of palettes from Beauty Bay, not for the mattes but for the shimmers, because they're just so beautiful. They're very, very metallic. Let's see if I can swatch one for you. Swatch Bellina. I mean, it is a little bit powdery, Bellina, but again, so metallic. Let's swatch one of the darker shades. Spark. Now, compared to this one from the Wilderness, they feel a bit oily, but it is a beautiful, beautiful palette. I'd say these are more creamy, where the ones from the Wilderness palette are more powdery. So yeah, really, really like that. So again, those 2 palettes from Beauty Bay I would rave about all day long. Right, so I think this one was used not so long ago, probably a few weeks back. So we've got the Colourpop Plush Like Me. Now, if you watch my videos, you'll know that I didn't really like it. Love the packaging. How cute is that packaging, guys? Really, really love that. And I did like some of the tones in here, so I will use it again. These ones at the bottom were just too dark for me. I mean, I don't mind knee highs. This one down here, I feel like the formula is quite nice. I mean, it could be better, but I do feel like it's quite nice. I did like the more neutral shades in here. I loved this slip dress, this kind of mustard shade here, and I feel like I like TLC, did I? Yeah, TLC's not bad. So it's more of a bronzy. The only thing is with TLC, I was disappointed because in the palette there, it looks more like khaki green, and I was hoping that it was going to be like that. With, let's just say, with Video Night and also Throwback, I was disappointed as well because they are so similar. I'm going to show you on the fingers. They are really, really similar when you put them on the eyes. Can you see just how similar they are? Let's do some swatches. They're the 2 swatches there. They are just so similar, too similar for me. So I was a little bit disappointed with that. So when you sit down and look at it, then I only like it for the mattes. And I do like this shade here. I may as well swatch that one as well. That's probably the best shimmer in the palette, and considering it is such a dark colour, I was surprised at just how creamy that one was. So that shade is Knee Highs. I don't know about it, guys. I might end up just passing it along. I feel like my mum would be able to get some really good use out of this. But I do really like the packaging, so I don't know how I'm going to feel about it. Would I rave about it? No. Would I kind of tell you guys to go out and get it? I wouldn't say don't go out and get it. I mean, the mattes are really, really nice. I just feel like they could have done a lot better with this palette than they've done. And that's the problem with Colourpop. They rushed to bring out new releases. I feel like they could do a little bit better with formulas and just the actual colour story as well. And yeah, you know what you're getting because obviously you see it on the site. I just thought I would like it a little bit more than I do. But not to worry, guys, I will give it another try probably next year at some point by the time I've got through everything. But I'm just saying this one would probably be a roast rather than a rate. So yeah, there is that one. I think this palette is the only one that I didn't really like that much. Then we've got this. So my good friend Karen bought me this. She sent it from Beautylish. I was so excited because I'd never had anything from Beautylish, and she got me a beauty blender as well, and I was too excited. This I never thought would come in my collection. I wasn't going to go out and get it, guys, to be honest, because I'd seen swatches on Instagram and they looked blah. I've done my own swatches. It's not blah at all, and I've also done looks with it. The only one that I didn't use, I think, was Dainty, so I do want to use that again in another look, and I think I want to leave it in all summer long and just kind of play with it a little bit more. It is kind of a spring summer palette in my opinion. I mean, you can wear the palette whenever you want, but in my opinion it is for spring or summer, and I feel like I have got quite a lot of use out of it already. But I do want to leave it in for, I do want to leave it in for the rest of the summer to play with more. This is definitely a rate. A lot of people are saying it's not good quality. I would disagree with that. I mean, there's hits and misses with shades, obviously. But I would disagree for the most part. I really do like this palette. Like with the mattes, they do go on kind of sheer. That way you can just build it up as much as you want and get as much opaqueness or not as you want as well. So yeah, I really do like it. There's a couple of duochromes in here as well. Illusion and also Duet. Really like that about it, because you guys know that I love duochromes. Now, I don't have a lot of duochromes in the collection. I'm trying to build it up slowly, so it's nice to have them in her palettes. I mean, she tends to put at least one in each palette, I've noticed. So yeah, it's a beautiful palette, and again, that would be a raid, not a roast. And then we've just got 3 that I used last week, so let's go through this. So we've got the Huda Neon Green. Oh, that's fallen. So beautiful packaging, like all her palettes are. And that's what that one looks like. Really pretty. The best thing in this palette, guys, is the duochromes. Like I said, I'm really into duochromes at the moment. They are just toppers, so that one's not really a duochrome, and that one's more opaque. And I really love this salmon pink shade down here. That green's gorgeous. I love the entire palette. Like, normally with me in a palette, I can find something that I don't like about it, but in this one there was absolutely nothing that I didn't like about it. So yeah, I would say if you see it in your local TK Maxx, TJ Maxx, I paid £7.99, and I've got the neon orange as well, and I paid £7.99 for that. So for 2 palettes I paid, what, £16, and they retail for £27.99. So I got both for less than I would pay for one. If this is your colour story, or if the orange one, I can't really speak for the orange one because I've not used it yet, but I imagine it's going to be just as good as this, but I might be more drawn to this because I like greens more. So yeah, definitely a rate, guys. Right, and then, so I got this for my birthday as a belated birthday present of my sister. It's Colourpop in the Limelight, and it's gorgeous, guys. Absolutely adore this palette. 2 pieces. This would never get decluttered from my collection. One, it's a gift, and I don't like giving gifts away, but yeah, it's just absolutely beautiful. I love like these trio of greens here. The mattes are a little bit kind of to be desired for. I mean, this Almost Famous one, I mean, it's more pigmented on my finger than it went onto the lid, but you can build it up. I don't know, you're not going to see it there, but it's just here. I don't think you're going to see it. I think you might be able to just see it there. And this one's a set in Miami. But you can't actually build it up. The most pigmented green in the palette is After Party in the mattes. Normally I like mattes more than I do shimmers. For once, I absolutely love the shimmers more than I do mattes. But it is a beautiful palette, guys. I would highly recommend this. I would definitely rate this palette. So yeah, that's that one. Beautiful packaging, and I'm glad that I've got it in my collection. I think it's a perfect pairing for the Tinkerbell palette if you've got that as well. And people say, and I was one of them, that said, oh well, I've got the Tinkerbell palette, I don't need it. It's a completely different colour story, guys. I've shown that in previous videos, so I'm not going to do it again. But yeah, it's a completely different colour story, and that's why I think they'll work well. All they've got in common really is that they're green palettes. So that's that. And then the last one we've got to talk about is the Jefree Star Mini Breaker. I don't really talk Jefree Star a lot on here, but it's purely the fact that it's a really great palette is why I want to talk to you about it. Now I got this from Courtney Shanice Reviews. She'd already bought one and she got this in a mystery box, so she sent it to me and I paid her a little bit of money for it, and I got it at a great discount. So looks like that. And then this is the palette here. So what I did is a beautiful orange look where I used Double Scoop, Orange Crush and Slice on the first day I used it. So I used Double Scoop. Right, so as I was saying, for the first look I used Double Scoop, I used Orange Crush and I used Slice, and that was such a beautiful look. So many people have said, oh, you really do suit orange, and this is what made me create this orange look today that I'm wearing. It's not from here, guys, by the way. It's from the Limelight Cake palette, which will go up soon, I imagine. And then we did a really nice purple look with Oral Purple Punch on the second row there. And I think I used Foreplay as well. I'm not 100% sure. I think I did. And then on the third day we went in with a pink purple look with these shades. And I used this Hot Fudge shade on the lash line. Now what I will say is these shimmers are really powdery. But I, like in the video that... So in the video I compared them against the Beauty Killer palette, and that's just his formula. They are quite powdery. The mattes blend out like a dream though, guys. They're really nice. I wouldn't say like the shimmers are that powdery that they put me off though. I mean, you can work with them and they blend out really nicely. But yeah, I really do like it. I'm not going to say it's a rate because I know that the whole of the beauty YouTube community don't like buying his product anymore, and I'm not sure that I will be. I mean, I've said in so many videos that if he would have brought out a yellow palette, which he has, I would probably have bought that. Like, it's a tough one, isn't it? Because I mean, he does good makeup, he makes great makeup, but I don't condone his actions at all. But anyway, I don't like that palette, so I'm not going to buy it. And I've not bought anything from Jefree Star since last year. I bought a lipstick. Or was it this year? Yeah, I think it was the start of this year that I bought the lipstick, and I'm not a huge fan of that lipstick. It's called Tangerine Queen. I'm just not a huge fan of it. I prefer this one that I'm wearing now. That's one of his shades in the shade Yummy, but that's drying up. It's this one here. Not that I'm advertising his products or anything, but I just thought I would let you know. This is all the palettes that I wanted to rate or roast with you guys. I really like them all, apart from that Plush Like Me. Let me know your thoughts on these palettes. Let me know if you've got them in your collection, what your thoughts are on them. Do you rate them or do you roast them? But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I just thought this would be a fun video from normal to do, and I feel like I want to do it at least once a month. Just kind of like store all my palettes in the drawer back there and then get them out and talk to you about it. I know we do a mini review when I'm actually using it, but I might not talk too much about it just so I've got more thoughts to tell you when we actually sit down and use the palette. So I might not give you any thoughts in future, and we might just do it at the end of the month and talk about what I liked, what I disliked about the palettes. There's not too many dislikes on this video because I did like every single palette that I pulled other than that Plush liked me, like I said just then. But yeah guys, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please like, don't forget to subscribe, it really does help out the channel and I'm eternally grateful for it, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.